As I've been saying, in these trying times, leaders emerge, and we're seeing that again with California Governor Gavin Newsom. Yesterday, he struck back with powerful words telling Donald Trump, look, we'll work with you, but let's be very clear. Don't you dare screw with California, and we are getting prepared. To that end, today, moments ago, Governor Newsom announced that he is convening a special emergency legislative session to preemptively push back on Donald Trump's proposed policies before Donald Trump is inaugurated. Gavin Newsom's team says that the session will, quote, protect California values, including fundamental civil rights, reproductive freedom, climate action, immigrant families, and more. Awaiting more specifics on what that means exactly. It's pretty clear what it means to me. Governor Newsom is not going to take crap from Donald Trump, and he's going to make clear that California, which leads the United States in basically providing the GDP and funds a lot of these red states, we're not taking crap in California. We'll be cooperative. We want our country to do great, but don't mess with us. It's a clear message he's sending. He posted the following as well on social media. California is ready to fight. I just called an emergency special session to help bolster our legal resources and protect our state against any unlawful actions by the incoming Trump administration, whether it be our fundamental civil rights, reproductive freedom, or climate action. We refuse to turn back the clock and allow our values and laws to be attacked. Here's the headline from the New York Times. Newsom makes move quickly to counter Trump in California. Governor Newsom called the legislature back to the Capitol for a special session to bolster civil liberties, reproductive rights, and environmental protections. That is big. Let me just show you this as well when it comes to Governor Gavin Newsom showing leadership in these times. I just want to show you this right here. Remember the Newsom-DeSantis debate? I think that Newsom right now, more than ever, will be showing this type of oratory skill. And I think this is what America is going to be looking for. People like Governor Newsom, Governor Shapiro stepping up right now at this moment. Governor Newsom not afraid to call out red states like in Florida, where they have the worst mental health system in America. Play this clip.
Off the streets. We've also invested in unprecedented resources in reforming our behavioral health system. Ron has literally the worst mental health system in America, forgive me, outside of Mississippi and Texas. And so with all due respect to being lectured on some of these topics, Ron DeSantis is not the one I'm going to be listening
30-second response. You're, well, I'm looking at total time. Governor DeSantis, about 2 minutes.
He needs it.
This is a map of San Francisco. There's a lot of plots on that. You may be asking, what is that plotting? Well, this is an app where they plot the human feces that are found on the streets of San Francisco. And you see.
And here was when Governor Newsom crushed Ron DeSantis and talked about trolling folks. Play this clip.
He puts up plans. Hold on, no, but Sean,
is there a risk?
I'm going to answer your question. I support border security. I think the asylum system is broken. I believe that we need.
I understand that.
I'm the only guy here that's a border state governor. You're trolling folks and trying to find migrants to play political games to try to get some news and attention so you can out-Trump Trump. And by the way, how's that going for you, Ron? You're down 41 points in your own home state.
And when there are wildfires or natural disasters here, so you see, I mean, Governor Newsom will declare a state of emergency, but he goes to the site. And this is how you have to communicate in 2024. Governor Newsom gets it. Play this clip.
So here at the community of Highland, this is the line fire, and you can see the line, quite literally, how close the line fire came to the community. And if it wasn't for the men and women in uniform, we would have lost this community and lost so many more structures. We also would have lost many lives. I want to thank the sheriff's office and others, a lot of homeless that were out here that were warned and evacuated early as well. 35,000 acres now and growing. We did a state of emergency on this fire. We also today are moving for 2 additional states of emergency on the bridge fire and the airport fire, both in LA and Orange County. It is fire season. Please take seriously evacuation orders, and also thank the men and women in uniform. This has been a joint effort, federal, local, state, regional, people coming from all over the country to help support the firefighters and communities like this all up and down California.
Let me show you this clip too. This is from February 24th of 2024. No one calls out Republicans better than Gavin Newsom. Here, let's play this clip.
This is a serious threat, not just what's happening in Alabama, regardless of what Trump tweets out saying the legislature in Alabama should do something about this. I worry about the United States Supreme Court that, again, set the tone and tenor for the debate we're having today. And again, it's not just a war on travel. It's not just a war on reproductive health care. It's also a war on women more broadly defined, including, as we know, contraceptives.
You talk about the Republican position on this. NBC News has confirmed that the GOP frontrunner, Donald Trump, has told people privately that he is considering supporting a 16-week federal ban that would include exceptions. Yeah. You've been clear, and here again today, your support for abortion rights. Generous of them to include
exceptions. What a kind soul. In 16 weeks, it's because it's an even number?
Well,
I mean, these people aren't serious. So he supports, this is what he said, he supports a national ban. And if you're Lindsey Graham and others, they're going to bring that down well below 16. He will sign a national ban. You want to understand the contours of this debate that we will be having over the next 9 months, ironically 9 months between now and November, and the consequences of Democratic Party not succeeding in Biden's reelection. Just consider the fact that he said that part out loud.
Speaking in the state of California, Steve Kerr issued his response, coach of the Golden State Warriors, to the election. Let's play it.
Where you kind of hope the country kind of goes from there?
Well, I mean, I believe in democracy, and I think the American people have spoken and voted for Trump, and I want him to do well the next 4 years. I want our country to do well. So I'm just thankful that there wasn't any voting fraud this time. You know, it's last time, I mean, all those illegal immigrants who crashed the border and raped and murdered people and then voted 6 times. That was unfortunate, but thankfully this time everything was clean. So it's great that every election has been really valid, except for that last one 4 years ago. So twinkle in my eye as I say that, in case you couldn't see it. But no, I believe in democracy. I believe in the will of the people, and I will do everything I can to support, my country and our government. And I want nothing but the best for us. And it's a complex world. We've got a lot of interesting stuff between wars abroad and a global economy that has shifted everything in terms of what it means for our citizens and their day-to-day lives. And I'm well aware I live in a bubble, and I'm one of the luckiest people on earth. And so I want what's best for us. And I hope Trump can deliver that.
Going back to Governor Newsom here as well, and again, just sharing with you again, because I think Governor Newsom's stepping up now more than ever. Here is what he previously said that we covered yesterday as well. Governor Newsom said, federalism is the cornerstone of our democracy. It's the United States of America. Sure, we'll work with the incoming administration, but let there be no mistake. We intend to stand with states across our nation to defend our Constitution. I shared this clip. This one's from July 4th of 2024, when Gavin Newsom, again, delivered one of the strongest reasons why he was supporting President Biden. Then play this clip.
They don't pay you. They don't even reimburse you. I've been going wherever I've been asked, whatever task, large and small, because I believe in this man. I believe in his character. I believe that he has been one of the most transformative presidents in our collective lifetime. I really believe there's a decency to Joe Biden. And I'm old-fashioned. Character matters, but I'm also old-fashioned in this respect. Results matter. Politics is not just performative, not just entertainment. It's about getting things done. And it's been a remarkable 3.5 years from my perspective. It's been, dare I say, a masterclass And I don't say that lightly. And I hope we pause. Democrat, we're so good at focusing again on what's wrong and not celebrating what's right. That's right. Yeah. And so I just want to talk about that for a second. I mean, we are the envy of the globe. Doesn't matter where you go. The rest of the world looks to us and says, what are they all complaining about? Look at this economy. 40 straight months with unemployment at or below 4%. Best in our lifetime. Lowest unemployment for women in our lifetime. Lowest unemployment for blacks in our lifetime. Lowest unemployment for Hispanics in our lifetime. The lowest uninsured rate in our lifetime. One of the lowest poverty rate. What is it about this, Democrats, that we can't be proud of?
And here's what we can expect more from Gavin Newsom of. This is from October 20th, 2024, where he calls Trump a broken person. Play this clip.
Governor, it's great to see you. And there's so much I want to get into with you. But I do want to start just with the Trump of it all, because what struck me is he's been canceling lots of events and interviews, lots of them. It's quite a contrast, of course, with Harris. But as for Trump canceling interviews and events and ducking another debate, I mean, you're someone, you know him, you've paid attention to his psyche for a long time. What do you think is going on there?
Well, I mean, I've said this from day one, he's weakness masquerading as strength. He's a broken person. And you're seeing that. He's becoming increasingly, and it's remarkable to be able to say this because he's often graded on the curve, but he's increasingly acting deranged, unhinged. The rhetoric coming from the Harris campaign absolutely mimics what we're watching. I mean, you saw that 39-minute curious excavate of just narcissism at another level, where people had to sort of stare at dear leader as he was dancing or zoning out. I mean, this is a profound and remarkable moment. And I think he's not meeting that moment. I think he's increasingly concerned about his own candidacy himself. And he's going back to these safe places, Fox and Friends again this week. And the questions are yawningly predictable. And he's becoming increasingly derivative of even himself, more and more, dare I say, boring as someone that has followed him closely. He's not as interesting either as he once was.
And here's what he says about, on the same day, here's what he says about Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Let's play it.
When he was out campaigning for Trump last week, dancing on the stage, I wonder how dangerous you think, as somebody who studied this, who signed this bill, his influence on this election has been and could be.
Well, it's what we know and it's what we don't know. We do know that he's contributed at least $75 million to the Trump campaign. We know that he's out there campaigning for him. Look, I've known Elon for over 20, 25 years, one of America's great entrepreneurs and innovators. But this is not the person I knew even 2 years ago. And I, with respect to Elon, I just don't have the confidence that there's other things that he's not up to behind the scenes, not just, again, what he's expressing quite publicly. And I'm very concerned about a country where people like Elon Musk, others that are sucking up to Donald Trump, that will undoubtedly be carved out of regulations, undoubtedly get massive, even larger federal contracts. I mean, it is an American oligarchy that can be formed here. It's, again, very, very serious. I hope people are paying attention to what's going on and those that are sucking up to Donald Trump right now. And unfortunately, seeing this from Elon Musk breaks my heart a little bit, again, as someone that really admires his entrepreneurial and innovative tendencies. And of course, we're all beneficiaries from that as it relates to vehicles and issues related to the work he's done in space. But I'm increasingly concerned about those kinds of relationships, not just him, many others that are supporting his campaign.
And not afraid to talk about the economic accomplishments under President Biden. In that same debate that he had with Ron DeSantis, Governor Newsom talked about, here's a guy who celebrated Bidenomics just this week. I mean, the MAGA Republicans want to take credit for Biden's Infrastructure Act. Here, play the clip.
3.9% unemployment, the lowest black unemployment in American history, the lowest unemployment for Hispanics in American history, the lowest unemployment for women in 70 years, the lowest black poverty rates in history. That's this administration's agenda. And by the way, as you smile and smirk over there, you should know this, the American people. Here's a guy who celebrated Bidenomics just this week, celebrating $28 million that came into your state because of the CHIPS and Science Act, one of the most significant
economic plan since FDR. I'm proud of the work Biden and Harris have done.
And Governor Newsom, I think more effectively than ever, and frankly, we needed to see more of this in the election, defended, the Biden economic record. He didn't have to defend it. It's like one of the best economic records of any presidential administration. I mean, probably should have talked more about that, but here's Governor Newsom doing that. Play this clip.
Results matter. Inflation now is down to 3.2%. Wages are up to 4.4%. The economy is booming, 5.2% GDP growth in the last quarter. Those are facts you don't hear on Fox News. 14 million jobs, 10 times more than last.
Let me move on. That was the lightning round. Now, on March 31st.
So Governor Newsom gearing up. We're going to cover more of that. We'll cover that special emergency session. And what we're seeing emerging right now is leadership in these times. Governor Newsom again showing that leadership. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the Midas Touch newsletter at MidasTouch.com/newsletter.